time, Teju, and we have other speakers, and I think they should really.
Yes, so they will come on now. Incidentally, we're going to be having Mr. Joseph, but I really would just want to, because what she's just said, I just want to add one more thing, Kim, before you go. I was going to tell her exactly this, because the way I know her, she will tell you she's not just a teacher. She's going to be a school owner for a special needs school. Her heart has been stirred up because of personal circumstances, and she has it. And volunteering in a school and getting on this PGC program that is being run is one of the best things you can do, Kike. Is one of the things I wanted to tell you. So yeah. I would also talk some more with you afterwards. We have contact time tomorrow. Agree?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And I told you, I wanted you here because I want you to have a taste of reformatory education. You're not just going to get into that, set up that special needs school just to do things.
Yes.
Yeah, even from you, you have something to offer. You're going to become an expert, and other people will be learning from you.
Oh.
One of the important things of special needs, though, is to understand what is, and I'm going to put it in inverted commas, normal, because before you can work with children with special educational needs, you need to understand what is normal, and also then normal for them. So I said about my dyslexia, actually, it's been a real asset for me as a learner, having dyslexia, because I've developed other strategies and I'm much stronger. That's why I got into international teacher education.
Wow.
Because I can't see those big words, I tend naturally to use much more simple words. So I'm not talking about ontology and epistemology, for you'll all go, whoa! But I can tell you about how we learn and keep it in simpler words. So that's been a strength for me.
And your heart for international teachers, listening to you and empowering them. She's been to Pakistan, and her keeping to the standard. This is
absolutely,
it's
so
been
yes. I also did some work in Ghana, but challenged the people we were working with. Children are the world over the same. It's just that you've got different experiences. That's all they've got. Wonderful children. Lots of wonderful teachers there as well. But the challenge is they've not been empowered to think for themselves. And when we talked about empowering the teachers, actually for some people who were making money out of those teachers, that wasn't good enough. They didn't want to empower them because they might start sorting things out for themselves rather than going to getting others to help them. And that's very sad.
But you haven't given up on us, and you're still working.
I will not give up on you. I am going to.
Regardless of how they behave, you're still telling them how to do things right, and we're getting there. Thank you so much, Kim. Remember, she's available, and I tell you, she is available. And it's going to be, and we thank God that one of our head teacher has finally received the light. And she's promised me she's actually going, because I've been trying to convince her, it's not about the funding now, but even, the passion to do it. Awesome. And we believe one step at a time, we will ensure that this kind of thinking, this kind of education is pervading Nigeria because of what we see that it contains and how it could ensure that Nigerian teachers become globally relevant. Thank you so much, Kim.
Good morning.
We're having our next facilitator.
Good morning.
Is my dear friend. Is someone trying to say something? I just kept on hearing good morning. So, Mr. Joseph, can we see your face, please? Because if I'm introducing you, are you unmuted? Can we hear a hello?
Yes, how you doing?
I'm fine. I haven't seen Mr. Joseph. How many years now?
Maybe 3, I guess, or more.
No, 2018.
Time is fast, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
5 years we've talked. Now, why is Mr. Joseph here? Also because of his heart. Kim, look, remember I made a first class in electrical engineering. I made a GP of 4.79 in my final year. I hope you guys know some of this already. I got into Unilag, University of Lagos, with the highest score in the whole nation. And then with 100 in maths, 347. And then I happened to be the wife of a wonderful man who has really, poured into me and mentored. His dad was the first Nigerian to own a school after the missionaries. And it poured a love of education into him. And because I never saw myself as an educator, but my husband's passion is when he meets you, he wants you to be the best. And because of that, he's very straightforward with you. Now, when you become a minister and you've been in ministry like for 30 years, like I have, people don't like telling you the truth sometimes. They don't want to upset you. They call you mommy. So I meet Mr. Joseph. First of all, I'm preparing to come to for my master's in Warwick. And I've been giving the appointment. I've been given the responsibility to do an IELTS. And I think I was supposed to get a minimum of 6.5. Now I go in and out of the UK. I think my English is very good, but my husband goes, babe, you need to do some training and honestly, I just I got to know about you from someone that you touched. And I went to see him, and because of my schedule, he has this executive program. And he said, madam, after he did an assessment, you need you to train for, I think, a week or 2. And then you remember, he was straight up. And I told him, I'm a pastor and whatever, you're going to give me a discount. He considered it, and he did. I said, thank you. And I've been a good investment because I've spoken to other people. But there was something amazing that happened. He said to me, this is what I predict for you to get in reading, in writing, in listening, and in speaking. You're not going to have problem with listening, speaking, and reading, but you're going to have problem in writing. You still write like a scientist. This is not what UK wants. At that time, I wasn't really, and he taught it in class, but it took me a while to get it. And honestly, Kim, you and the rest of the participants, what he predicted was exactly what I got. The exact grades. Now, I made an overall of 8, but my lowest was in writing. And I went back to him and I said, wow. He said, and he has a student, and he told the student, please don't be in a rush to get your IELTS, to go for your IELTS test. Let me train you. When you're ready, go. While you have in Nigeria, they just come there for 1 week. I got to do it in a rush, and then they go, they spend so much money and they don't get the results. And he's not looking for how to just educate you. I don't think he's a trainer, he's an educator. He's looking for how to help you to make the best of your finances. And knowing that my husband and I are involved in social entrepreneurship, he has proved to be a faithful partner in that. He's always like, madam, you're always, And so when we were putting this together, I said, there's no better person to talk about the competitive edge that IELTS gives you than Mr. Joseph Opara, the CEO of Ruhi Global Resources. He is, I just enjoy talking with him. And he's always someone that knows how to get straight to the point and help you to be who, to put your best foot forward. Over to you, sir. What would you want to say?